So I got a ton of toys over the weekend. A ton of toys. Because I went to see my brother, and he always picks up stuff for me, and I pick up stuff for him, and we exchange it. But he also had some stuff that I wanted, and I had stuff that I was getting rid of, so we did a trade. And I also went to Powercon. So I got a lot of toys, spent a lot of money, had a lot of fun. It was a great weekend, but now it is time to show the things that I have acquired. So I'm just going to show off the things that my brother had waiting for me. So we had to rush to order the Vintage Collection Ahsoka Tano and Grogu Deluxe set, because of course, Walmart exclusives. So my brother was able to order it for me while I was at work, but he didn't have my address on file, so it got shipped to his house, and I had to wait until I saw him to get it. So I will be reviewing this Mandalorian, Ahsoka, and Grogu. I didn't get the standard one because this is just the standard one, but with more stuff. So I'm really excited to have Ahsoka in my collection. I've been seeing her at my local Target. I've been tempted to get it because I've been so impatient, but I'm happy that I waited, so I have one with all of the nice stuff. Now let's just continue showing what my brother had waiting for me. This is going to make an appearance in an upcoming video featuring a lot more of these. But I have the automated drone P-131 from Final Faction. I have a huge bag of Final Faction figures to dig into again. And this is the only one that I hadn't seen myself yet, so my brother was able to pick it up for me. So I'll be doing a huge Final Faction video again here soon. So stay tuned for that. I'm really excited to dig into those. This desk is going to get very full very quick. Let's just continue. My brother found this. I have the whip in the box, but I'm not going to bother with it. My brother found this, but I have never and probably will never find it myself. Gold Label McFarlane Catwoman. I'm very excited for this one because this one's actually film accurate with the mask. It's a film accurate mask, and if you saw my review of the standard like unmasked figure, I love this figure. It is so poseable. It's super fun. I just wasn't a big fan of the head sculpt. It does have a couple funny things about it. Like if you arch her back, she has this very funny fold above her butt. But other than that, awesome figure. Really do love this one. And that's not the only The Batman thing I got, as you'll find out. But yeah, there's a good old Selena Kyle right there. Let's just continue on with the other The Batman thing that my brother had waiting for me. My brother got this himself, and then he kind of just decided that he didn't really need figures from the Batman movie anymore, so he sold it to me for the price he paid for it. It is the unmasked Bruce Wayne, and I really like it. I just really like this figure a lot. It's like one of my favorite figures of the year, and yes, I still need to make that video. I'll get to it. But yeah, now I have 3 versions of it. Yes, 3. We'll get to that. But yeah, I love this. And again, if you hear any scratching, that is Ben desperately trying to get in my room. I can't let him in here when I'm filming. I've tried. I was so fed up editing the video, trying to cut out the many times I was like, Ben, stop, and the many times I had to get him out of my room. But anyways, let's continue. He didn't have too much waiting for me. Let's see, was there anything else really? These weren't like waiting for me from my brother, but I ordered these and they actually came like at the same day. I got new Mythic Legions. It's very rare that I get Mythic Legions, but there wasn't 1, but 2 new Mythic Legions that I knew I wanted. I just love the look of this Skeleton Warrior. He's just so cool looking to me. He's just so sweet. And I haven't opened this one yet. I wanted the Gladiator too, because I don't really have a Mythic Legions figure with like skin showing, so I wanted to kind of see and feel how one of these figures are, and Gladiators are cool. Why not? Let's go for it. So yeah, these are really awesome. I very likely will review those as well. So far, what you're seeing on the table is like a Ahsoka review. I'm going to do another video on the Batman stuff, showing the ones I've gotten since the other one. Final Faction, Mythic Legions, all those are going to get fuller videos at some point. But I have even more stuff to show, because let's get into what I got at Powercon. So I went to Powercon, had a great time, met a lot of awesome people. For instance, I met the Fwoosh. I met Robo, which was super awesome. We actually had a very nice conversation about various figures and things. So I met Robo. I didn't get a picture with him, unfortunately. I totally forgot to ask. It was like right at the end when we were leaving. So I talked with Robo. I talked with Dan Larson, Toy Galaxy. I actually did get a picture with him. I'll be posting that on my Instagram at some point. But it was super awesome to meet Dan finally. We knew each other. It was super awesome to actually meet. So that was cool. Unfortunately, I missed Pixel Dan because while I was there, he was doing the costume contest. He was the MC for that, and he wasn't on the show floor like the entire time that I was there. So unfortunately, I didn't get to meet Pixel Dan. But I did also meet, let's just grab this one here, Ethan from Mike's Vintage Toys, who sold to me for a little less than that price, just a little bit. Let's get that off, because that wasn't the price I paid. He sold me a carded Clone Wars Shadows of the Dark Side Cody. And unfortunately, in the car, I accidentally creased it. So, I am okay with that. It's fine. I finally have this figure in all 3 carded versions. And one interesting thing, he is posed the same in both the 2008, 2009, and 2010 versions of the package. So that's kind of funny. But yeah, I've got another Clone Wars Cody. That's not going to be the only one. So I met Ethan from Mike's Vintage Toys. I've been meaning to go up to that shop. It's just like a little north and a little like out of the way of places I normally go when I go up north. But someday I'll pop into Mike's Vintage. Alrighty, what else did I get? Oh, I caught up with Aaron from Roma Collectibles. He has made channel appearances in the past because he used to run the Ohio Toy and Comic Show. And he will be running another like parking lot show in September, and I'm hoping I can make it. Fingers crossed. But I popped into his booth and I'm like, hey, one thing I'm looking for. I'm just looking for a complete TMNT Muckman. And he's like, yeah, I got it. So this is actually one of the few things, because I knew Powercon was more focused on like He-Man and Ninja Turtles instead of like Transformers and all that. So I was like, I really want a complete Muckman, because this figure just has so much cool detail. I mean, everywhere you look, you see worms, you see spiders, you see flowers, mushrooms, there's a frog. There's so much cool sculpted detail. There's bones. There's all this trash, all sculpted. There's flies. There's veins, vines, and goop. There's so much. Like, this figure is insanely sculpted. And, like, maybe, I don't know if I want to. A part of me does want to pick out all the details and paint. Like, look, he's got, like, some bone into his hand there. He's got so much going on. And he also has a gimmick where he could like put slime in his head and it'll come out his mouth and out his belly and all that. And he's got Joe Eyeball, his buddy. It's so goofy. I don't go for a lot of vintage TMNT, but this is one I definitely wanted, and I'm happy I was able to get it from Aaron. So there's another thing I got. And one awesome thing, I actually stumbled upon the God Beast booth. I have never gotten one of these. I've wanted to. I got the Onell design Glyos figures, but I've always wanted one of the God Beast ones. And I bought it from the man himself, the guy that designed and created these. He was at the booth, and I bought it directly from him. This one is Bio-Berry Mushi. I didn't know when I bought it at the time, but it smells like blueberries. Because it's like a blueberry homage, because they did like Count Chocula and like Frankenberry, but this is like a blueberry scented Glyos figure, and I bought it because two-tone blue. I love blue. And it comes with a little buddy. It also has like this alternate head that I just put on his back because I don't know what else to do with it. But yeah, this was a super cool buy. It was so cool to buy that. And also, we had a very nice conversation, too, just about the independent toy scene. So, it's really cool. Another thing I got, it was just a random booth. I'm not sure who I bought it from. Continuing on a certain theme, I just found this McFarlane Batman standing in a booth, the corrected version, without the... so basically, the one that I had the See where the cowl is hanging down? For the initial run of these figures, they had the cowl hanging down on the figure that had the cowl on his head, and it was infuriating. And they also misassembled the torso. But I was able to get this for $5. I did already do a head swap. I swapped the head where I painted the eyes straight onto this one, and my like error one that I like customized to look better, I have with the eyes off to the side. So yeah, now I have 3 of this figure. Technically, I have 5, because the day before I found this for $5, I ordered 2 of them on Amazon for retail price, hoping I would get the corrected one. I'll return them. It's okay. I can just return it to Amazon. It's no big deal. But yeah, I got another McFarlane the Batman figure, and in the same booth, you're going to have to forgive me, I forget his name. It's been a very long weekend, and it's been a very long few days. I've been very fascinated with this guy from the Terminator Future War line. It's like some devil-looking, like, Terminator endoskeleton guy with spikes and hip guns and a button you can press to pop him up, and he's got extending limbs. He's so goofy. $5. Come on. Come on, man. I love it. I love it. It's stupid, but I love it. Let's set him there. He goes there now. All right. What else we got? Actually, this is the first thing I got at Powercon. This is the first one. I actually have the vintage figure, but I wanted this 20th anniversary collector's edition version because I love skeleton things. And come on, Baron Dark is awesome. I don't know if you've noticed, I like skeleton stuff. And I like Playmates toys, so I really like the Skeleton Warriors line. I want to get more of them, but I wanted to get this, $20, and it's also Glyos compatible, so I can actually mess with them with the Mushi there. So that is just the initial brother part and the Powercon version of the haul. I do have a couple other things. This is going to be very hard to show because it's a rolled up poster. I did actually get some art at Powercon. A cool artist had this awesome poster of a Zaku, and they also had an RX-78 too. It was buy one, get one half off, and I was just like, you know what? I think my life's missing some Gundam art. Let's get that. Oh, one last Powercon thing. I forgot about this one. And I have so much other stuff to still show. This was one of the last things I bought. One thing that I've been wanting to get. I love G.I. Joe Sigma 6, and I wanted one to keep in the package. And the one I wanted was Wave 1 Duke, because Wave 1 Duke was my favorite Sigma 6 figure. I still have my childhood Duke. However, seeing it in the package, again, after all of these years, it's very rare that I get emotional when I buy a toy, but I was so happy to get this. And it was an amazing deal. It was only $15. I think that's like retail or even less than the original retail. And the package is in really good shape. It's so awesome to see this in the box. Honestly, a big reason I love these figures is because they remind me of Small Soldiers, but G.I. Joe. Like this big, plastic package. I just see him like punching through it. It's so cool. And he's got this, the weapons case with foam to keep the weapons in. It's amazing, man. Look at that file card. We had all of those figures as kids. All of them. Sigma 6 is awesome, man. I kind of wouldn't mind if they do a Sigma 6 homage in G.I. Joe Classified, because I love Duke, but the only Dukes that I'm persuaded to buy are if he's rocking the blue, man. Just because of Sigma 6. Alright, he's off to the side because I'm going to really run out of space here soon. Alright, so, like I said, I was selling some things. And my brother was also selling some things. My brother's getting out of certain collections, and we did a big trade. So I'm just going to show off all this trade stuff, because it is a lot of cool stuff, and I figured you guys would really enjoy seeing what I got from my brother. So these were things I already knew I was going to get. I kept them in the bag. I got Lady Shiva from Arkham Origins, because I missed out on that Arkham Origins 3-pack. For whatever reason, it's one of the few Arkham Origins things I never got. So I got Shiva, but it's not just her. I got the Electrocutioner, which is a very big, beefy figure. He's really cool looking. My brother's had these set aside for me for a while, because when he said he was going to get rid of them, I was like, yeah, I will want them. And I got Harleen Quinzel, one of the few figures of, like, pre-Harley Quinn Harleen. So that's a really nice figure. I like how she still has the red and the black. That's kind of neat. All right, so those are cool. I'm going to have to lay stuff down because I have so much. I have so much. Let's keep on with the DC trend. I got my brother's Toy Man, because I've been eyeing this for a while. I remember when he first got it, I was like, that's such a cool figure. And he is kind of a Batman villain, so I think, you know, and also he's just, you know, like a wood mannequin figure. I don't think he's made of wood. I'd have to double check, but he's so cool. I love that Toy Man. And I finally decided, I thought about this long and hard, but I finally decided I want to branch out a little bit in my DCUC collection. So say hello to my collection's very first Superman. This is the very first Superman that I really have in my figure collection, or at the very least, the very first one I have purposely acquired for my figure collection. I want to go DCUC. I really like this one's rich blue. I like the paint in the hair. He's just really nice. So yeah, very first Superman. But I wanted to grow my variations of my DC collection. And my brother found this one for a really good deal. And he's like, do you want it? Do you want it? And I was like, let me think about it. Thankfully, my brother didn't have the chance to sell it yet, because I changed my mind on his dynamic duo Robin. Because this is one of the best Robins out there. And I think it's just a really nice one to have, honestly. It's so good. I love the color scheme, I love the green, and I love some of the skin showing. It's definitely one of the best Robins you can get. So, Dynamic Duo Robin's an awesome one. And this is crazy. I actually gave this to my brother years ago just because I didn't need it, and I'm like, here, you can just sell it. Or maybe we did a deal back in the day, I don't remember. But I got rid of this because it was missing a part, but I literally found this part under my computer desk years later. This is the video game T800, and you can see he's missing a piston right there. I found the piston piece. I found it years later under my desk. So I do think it broke off, unfortunately, but I think I can probably mend it back on. But yeah, I'm actually thinking about, you know, I'm going to repair it, and then I think I might want to custom paint it, because I'm not really feeling this default color scheme. It looks like a prototype, but I think I might paint it up into something cool, so we'll see. I definitely wanted that one back. I do have the silver one, but I wanted that to, like, be creative. My brother literally threw this in my face because he didn't want it anymore. I did get something He-Man related during my Powercon weekend. I got a vintage Manny Faces, because I like MOTU Origins, but I also like getting a vintage figure from time to time. And Manny Faces is just such a unique action figure. I think he's a really cool addition to my collection. So he'll go back there. Good old Manny Faces. Alright, what else we got? Ooh, this guy's cool. I want to get him out to mess with him a little bit. So this is something my brother got cheap in a lot. I don't really know anything about it, but he just kind of decided. My brother's like, it's incomplete. I don't think I'll be able to sell it for much. You just want it. And I was like, yeah. It's a Kamen Rider. It's an SH Figuarts Kamen Rider. I am pretty sure it's missing some knee pads, but I wasn't too worried about it because I just think Figuarts are fun figures. They're fun to mess with. They look gorgeous. I mean, look at that helmet. That helmet's just gorgeous. Oh my gosh. Do I know which Kamen Rider this is? No. Do I really care? Not particularly. If you want to tell me in the comments, I'd appreciate knowing. But yeah, I'm never going to watch Kamen Rider. I'm not a Super Sentai guy. I'm a toy guy. And I just think this is a cool looking action figure. I just think it makes for a really cool looking, shiny, bug looking guy. So he's neat. Really happy with that one. Alrighty. I got a decent amount of 3 3/4 inch stuff here, but before we get into that, I got a 5-inch scale black suit Spider-Man from Spider-Man 3. I have Venom. I figured it'd be nice to have Spidey to go with it. So I do have Spidey here. He's pretty cool. He's pretty neat. I like him. Alright, 3 3/4 inch time. Got a lot. So my brother, because he mostly collects Black Series nowadays, he has decided to get rid of a decent chunk, pretty much well over half of his 3 3/4 inch collection, including his 3 3/4 inch clone troopers, because he's just collecting 6-inch clones. And he's not a clone. He's not a crazy clone fanatic like I am. He loves them, but he doesn't love them like I do. So I decided to not get too many of his clone troopers, but I couldn't let any of his 2/12 go. So he got this in a lot. That's why it's so dirty and yellow and everything. This is a Phase 2 Cody, or Phase 1 Cody, my bad. Phase 1 Cody, all yellow, dirty, well played with. He's a good one. I am actually, when I talked with Toy Galaxy, he's got his Boba set, where he has like over 500 Boba Fetts. A part of me wants to try to accumulate as many Wayward Commander Codys as I can. So I got that Cody. I got my brother's childhood Clone Wars Cody. You can see this one's in a lot better shape. I've got a lot of this figure now. I'd say I probably have over 10 of it. I have over 10 Clone Wars Codys. But yeah, I was so happy to save that. And my brother's Saga Collection Commander Cody isn't much whiter than mine. This one's pretty yellow, but then again, he saw a lot of action too. It's kind of interesting how different the helmet paint looks from some of my other ones. It almost looks like, I don't know, chalky in a way? It looks kind of chalky. You can see his actually doesn't really have a lot of paint rub on the nose. It's not even in focus. Yeah, this doesn't have a lot of nose paint rub. It's so wild to see how like white it still is on the back, but how yellow it is in the front. And this thing's been in storage for probably like a decade too, so it's not always sunlight. Okay, also had to save a couple troopers. Got to build up my troopers. Another, and this one's also nice and white too, another Clone Wars 2/12. You can see this one got scratched up a little bit at some point though. I don't know when that happened, but yeah, Clone Wars 2/12. Always happy to build the Clone Wars 2/12 army. And got another Airborne, of course, because I need more Airbornes in my life. So, those were my brother's clones, but I got a lot of other cool 3 3/4 inch stuff from him. I mean, a lot. Let's take a little Star Wars intermission to talk about some G.I. Joes. So I got Silver Overkill from him a little bit ago, but I wanted this like Bronze Overkill because I think he looks cool. He's just a different variation of Overkill, the Cobra Bat leader, and I thought he would be neat to have. So I saw that in his bin of Joes he's getting rid of. He already has it. Yeah, he probably already has a couple of it, but this is just a duplicate he didn't need. So yeah, cool to get Overkill. And I also got this really cool Cobra Commander. It's not actually Cobra Commander because it's a Crimson Guard. Apparently this was in the comics. It's a Crimson Guard who like disguised himself and like pretended to be Cobra Commander for a while until Cobra Commander actually came and kicked his ass. But what we have is basically a cool like altered version of the battle armor Cobra Commander, and I just thought this looked really cool and I wanted it, so now I have it. Alrighty, more Star Wars time. We still have a lot of stuff to show. I only have 22 minutes left to show it. So I had a little bit of a Gungan army quite a few years back, and I decided to cut it back, but I changed my mind. So I had even more than this. I think I had like 8 of this figure, but I decided to take back 3, so now I have 4 of it, because I kept 1. It's just like the Gungan soldier. I just think it would be cool to have a little bit of a Gungan army again, so I decided, you know what the heck, I'll trade these back from my brother. So, Gungan army. That's cool. What else we got? Another clone. My brother, actually, he's a huge fan of the 41st Elite, but he decided to cut the army back just a little bit because he didn't feel like he needed a ton. But I'm not going to say no to another 41st Elite Trooper because this is one of the few clones that I actively like to get if I see it for a good price. So, yeah, got another 41st Elite. That's really cool. It's disappointing how short he is. You can see he's shorter than other clones, but the armor is still by far one of my favorites. Alrighty. I got this version of the Imperial Technician that I never had yet. I just never got around to getting this one. So now I do. Now I have it. It's amazing. Isn't that great? Isn't it cool when you get stuff you didn't have and now you have it? That's kind of the whole point. He fell. Oh well. Alrighty, and another one. I've had the Padme ever since I was a kid. But I wanted the Captain Typho, I think it's his name, right? wanted the Captain Typho to go with the Padme. He's not even in focus. Yeah, this is like the beginning of Attack of the Clones when they're in the Naboo pilot outfits. I really love the helmet. It's such a cool pilot helmet. And I just think the suit's cool, too. I do have accessories for all these guys. You will see that very shortly. But yeah, that's a pretty cool one right there. And next up, this was one that I was like... So, they did the new Death Trooper pack, right? And I was thinking, I wouldn't mind having just a couple more Death Troopers, but I don't think I need 4 more Death Troopers. So I saw my brother had a Death Trooper he was getting rid of, and I was just like, yeah, I'll take that. So I want to get one more articulated Death Trooper, and I think my Death Trooper ranks will be nice. Because I already had 2 of this. I just was thinking I don't need 6 Death Troopers. Maybe 4? Actually, I would have had 8, because I have 2 5POA ones. So I'm like, I don't need 8 Death Troopers. Maybe like 6 would be fine. So yeah, happy to get him. I do have his weapons. Alrighty, and I needed some Rebel pilots. I've kind of been a little lacking in the Rebel pilot department because I have an A-Wing, but I didn't have a pilot for the A-Wing. So I traded this one just because his life is just going to be sitting in the A-Wing. I don't need him to be articulated or anything. I just like the style of the helmet. I like the character design. I like the green jumpsuit and all that. I could have gotten way more Rebel pilots because he had so many pilots, but I've never been much of a pilot collector, so this was one of the only ones I really wanted. And another one that I wanted, I regretted not getting the Black Series Snowspeeder Wedge, just because I feel like Wedge is probably the most significant Rebel pilot character outside of Luke. So I was kind of thinking, why don't I have his Empire Strikes Back look? I have a whole shelf dedicated to Empire Strikes Back Rebels, but I don't have Snowspeeder Wedge. So I have him. I don't have Zev Skensa either, and there's a few others I don't think I have, but Wedge was the one that I really wanted. So I got Wedge. A few more. Actually, yeah, 4 more. Oh no, I'm dropping the box. This is another one that actually used to belong to me, but I traded with my brother a long time ago, and I traded back. It's a TIE Fighter pilot, Biggs Darklighter. It's Biggs in his TIE Fighter pilot training. He's got a modified, like, training helmet. It's really cool to see, like, Biggs when he went to the Imperial Academy, you know? I mean, I'm pretty sure he went just to defect and join the Rebels, but he's like, I might as well learn from the Empire and see what I can do to stop them. But yeah, really cool figure. I really like that one. I'm happy to have that one back, because I had it for years and years. This is one that I was thinking about more recently, that I saw my brother had that I wanted. It's a Jedi Master Luke. I kind of figured this would be a cool one to kind of have, you know, sort of like, you know, post-Return of the Jedi era. I just think he looks really nice. You know, he just, something about him, man. I wanted this one. I'm not too big into, like, Jedi collecting, but that's one I definitely wanted. And this, I actually got the Leia that went with this Vader very recently, but I wanted the Vader itself, and my brother had it. It is the Star Wars Visions Darth Vader that has, like, an unburnt Anakin Skywalker face. I'm not exactly 100% certain of the story behind this. I'd love to learn more, but I love, like, the slash on the shoulder. I love the Macquarie-style helmet. I have a lot of Vader figures, so I kind of figured this is one that I would love to have. And my brother had it, and we were trading stuff, and I was like, yeah, give me that. Alrighty. Got one more figure from the brother trade, and then I have a few other things that I bought after this. This video is very long. It's a huge haul. So this is where a lot of accessories went, just because. So you can see I have, like, the Mythic Legions accessories in there. I've got, you know, the Kashyyyk Trooper stand. I've got different guns and things. But really wanted the George Lucas as Rebel pilot figure. This is one that I've wanted for a long time. I just think the helmet looks cool. The figure looks cool. It's George Lucas, man. I didn't have George Lucas in my Star Wars collection. I don't do Black Series, so I didn't get the Stormtrooper Black Series one. I know there's a Stormtrooper that was released in 3 3/4 inch, but I don't know, something about the Rebel pilot. I just think this is the one that I wanted the most. Here, let's take the helmet off a little bit so you can see the George Lucas likeness. You can see it actually looks a lot like him. It's a really cool figure. I'm super happy to have that one. Alrighty, so that's pretty much everything I traded with my brother. I got a lot of stuff from him. And we kind of agreed because... Oh, one more thing. I got another little Z-Bot. because my brother collects Z-Bots, and this was an extra he had, and yeah, I got that Z-Bot. Alrighty, so yeah, I got a lot of stuff from my brother, and I decided to just leave pretty much everything that I was selling with him, because I felt like it was a pretty fair trade, because a lot of the 3 3/4 inch figures I got are worth a pretty penny. So we popped into a little vending place, and I found Crimson Dynamo in a little bag, so he was cool to find. So, you know, Marvel Universe Crimson Dynamo. I'm waiting for them to do a Legends of this. They did like the big Build-A-Figure, but I like this classic design a lot. And this is a really cool one. It's very rare for me to buy one of these, but it was only $4. It's a childhood like Gobot. So there's like the Play School Gobots. These were my introduction to Transformers. And I had this figure as a kid, but this is a repaint of it. It's like darker colors. I'm wrecking everything trying to transform him. But yeah, this is like a dinosaur one. And like I said, I think I had an orange one. And this is like a cool repaint. And I was like, you know what? Yeah, $4, let's do it. Let's get another one. Because, I mean, this was my introduction to Transformers. And it's a pretty cool figure. I like him. Alrighty. Another thing I got is huge, and I unfortunately will not be able to keep it on the desk because it's just that big. I found this for $24.80, very odd price, but I've literally never seen this before in my entire life. It is a Bodyguard Battle Arena with Obi-Wan Kenobi. I thought this was cool because it has an Utapau display base, it has a cool Obi-Wan Kenobi, but the main reason I bought it is because I collect Magna Guard figures. And even though it is like pre-posed, it has limited articulation, I never knew that they made a figure of the blue Magna Guard from Revenge of the Sith. Because one of the Magna Guards had a blue paint job, and this one actually is metallic blue. Yes, limited in articulation, but I know it still at least has like shoulders and head. It'll look great on the shelf. I love collecting Magna Guards, and this is one that I really needed for the collection, and didn't even know it existed. So I didn't need it for the collection until I found it, but when I saw it, and I looked up eBay prices, this is a fair price for it. And even then, like, I think the playset's going to be fun to have. If anything, I could replace the Magna Guard with a Grievous, because, you know, I kind of still want to play with this, but I want the Magna Guard on the shelf. So unfortunately, can't keep that because it's just too big. But some of the last stuff I got, on the way home, I popped into a Walmart, and I found a couple things that I wasn't expecting to ever really find. Unfortunately, this is one that someone said they were going to send it to me, but I never got it. So if you're watching this, you don't have to send it to me anymore. I found it. It's Toph. It's the McFarlane Toph. I was very happy to find her because she's very hard to find. Because Toph is one of, if not the most badass character in Avatar: The Last Airbender. And this figure looks amazing, man. I wasn't super impressed with the Diamond Select one, but this one looks leagues and bounds better. I love how she still has an earthbending effect. I mean, come on, it's Toph. She's awesome. Super happy to have that. Let's see if can I put her, like, up there? Yeah, I can put her up there. And this one, too. I've been seeing this float around on eBay for a long time, and I'm happy to finally get it. It's the Mission Fleet Dark Trooper. I am normally not someone to get, like, weird little figures like this nowadays. I try to avoid Mission Fleet. Like, I only have the Clone Troopers, and I got the Death Watch Mandalorian just for the little shield accessory. But I'm kind of all in on Dark Trooper merchandise. You know, I'm kind of all in, even the Hot Toys, which will be coming out probably within the next few weeks. But I'm even getting the Black Series. I don't even do Black Series, but I'm getting the Black Series. But I really wanted the Mission Fleet just because cute little Dark Trooper. And yeah, finally happy to see that, so I don't have to pay like 20-something bucks for the eBay asking price. Alright, so you thought that was it, but I've got one more thing. This was waiting at my doorstep when I got home. It is a box. Let's open it. I did get something else since then, but I decided just to show things from the weekend because, you know, let's kind of keep a theme going. This is a box that contains another Transformers thing from Amazon I wasn't expecting until November. So, it is the awesome Master Dominus and Leadfoot set. I really wanted Leadfoot in my collection because I think he's a cool character, and I kind of want to have, like, you know, the Dark of the Moon Wreckers in my Generations collection. And Leadfoot was a G2 character. There wasn't even a G1 Leadfoot. So I was kind of like, you know what, I don't really do a lot of G2, but I'm going to make an exception for Leadfoot so I can have the Dark of the Moon Wreckers in, you know, G1-y style. But Master Dominus, I don't really need him in my life, but thankfully, my sister-in-law, in general, just collects elephant things. She likes elephants. She collects toys, but she also collects elephants. So, yeah, we went 50-50 on this. Leadfoot's mine, Master Dominus is my sister-in-law's. So, whenever we, you know, the family gets together again, that will be going to her. Alrighty. Again, big box. I'm not going to keep it on the screen, but there we go. There was my massive weekend haul. So many toys. So much figure goodness. I have so much stuff to open, so much stuff to play with, so many videos to make. Oh my gosh. I want to make a video on the Dark Trooper. I might make a Baron Dark video. I'm going to do a Final Faction video, Ahsoka, another The Batman video, Mythic Legions. I want to review the second wave of the Avatar figures. Actually, I've had Uncle Iroh next to the desk waiting to get Toph so I can do that review. What else am I going to do? Oh my gosh. I'm probably not going to do too many videos on all this 3 3/4 inch stuff. I kind of showed off Muckman already. I showed off the God Beast guy. Oh, I might do a video. Let me know if you want a video on the Battle Arena. I might do a video on that too. Alrighty. So many awesome toys. Can't even contain them. They're falling over. They're going crazy. Alright. My throat's getting sore. I think I've talked long enough. This video is 37 minutes long. But I hope you enjoyed. I love making the kind of content I love watching, and I personally love watching massive hauls. So I knew once I got all this stuff, I'm like, I gotta make a video. I do want to thank, again, everyone that I met during Powercon. I met Ethan. I met, I think his name's Mike, if I'm not mistaken, behind God Beast. I met Robo from the Fwoosh. I met Dan Larson. I unfortunately couldn't meet Pixel Dan, but overall, awesome weekend. It was super great. I'm very happy with everything I got, everything I was able to do. PowerCon had a lot of cool stuff shown. Like, I looked at the Fwoosh skeleton that is going to be coming out. I still need to pre-order that because I definitely want that Fwoosh skeleton because, I mean, like I said, I like skeletons. I think they're cool. Alrighty. Talked long enough. Thank you guys so much for watching. Special shout out to the patrons of Patreon. Thank you all so much for the continued support. Alrighty, guys. There we go. Have a good one. And I have a lot of toys to go through and a lot of toys to play with. Bye.